Hey guys, and welcome back to Okami. We have come here to Cat Island, I think? I'm not really sure where we are in the world of Okami right now, but let's watch on and find out.
Yes, so we're still in North Ryushima Coast, and we are heading to the Catcall Tower. I'd completely forgotten what it was called, but I knew it was Cat Tower. I just couldn't remember that it was Catcall.
I'm assuming it's not the regular type of catcall.
No, it's not. It's not some creepy builder wolf whistling a poor woman as she walks down the street. No, this is an actual cat calling out. And this enemy right here is called the Poltergeist.
Nice.
It's basically a 3-in-1 type enemy, I think. So it has the fire, it has the wind, etc, etc, etc. I think it's along those lines. Obviously, it didn't stand a frickin' chance, but it is quite a fun enemy to take down.
I get the feeling you're slightly over-leveled at this point, mate, and the enemies, though their intros may be fancy and cinematic, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into when they pop up.
Well, you see, this is the thing. You can never actually be over-leveled, so to speak, because the game automatically gives you all of the weapons. Obviously, I've got the gold dusts, which are making them more powerful, but I'm exactly the right level in terms of abilities right now, so it's totally fine. And I think we only have one more batch of ink gourds to go, and then that'll be complete.
Nice, nice.
So we are very quickly going to reach a fully complete army, which will be glorious. Now, as I said, I believe it was in the last part, that there was going to be an area that had something you'd quite enjoy, I feel.
Okay.
This is that place, because obviously it's got cats, and I know you love cats.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's climbing up a structure, isn't it?
It's climbing up a structure. Because I know that you do love climbing up a structure. As I did say, then, it's not perhaps quite the same way that you like climbing up a structure, because you tend to go for the whole, you get to the different levels and you keep going up like that sort of thing. This is actually scaling a vertical surface. Which can get a little bit tedious, because you're basically just mashing the A button as you jump up and up and up and up and up. But it is quite fun nonetheless. And also there's just a ridiculous number of cats here, so it's just all fine.
Oh man, everything in this area just checks every check on my checklist.
So, if you want the Japanese name of this place, it's Nekonari no To, which is Caterwauling Tower, which I would say is probably a slightly more accurate name for what's going on here, because it's the shrill howling or wailing noise of a cat. So they would have been slightly more accurate calling this Caterwaul Tower, but to be fair, that sounds stupid. So they went with Catcall.
Alright, I'm seeing how this works. You can only jump on the golden parts, like grey or silver. It's a no-go.
Exactly, because the gold bits are where the paw prints are, which is quite nice. And whenever you get to one of these red bits, you can just run on the clouds, which is quite nice.
It's kind of like a checkpoint in that regard.
Yeah, there's little checkpoint areas as you make your climb, and that's great because you're going to go pretty high up. And I am serious about that. You are going to be going freaking high into the sky.
Well, we've all seen Dragon Ball for the most part, mate, no matter what that abridged video would have you believe. So tell us a little bit about the tower and whatnot. Is there like any associated myths or folklore tales with it?
Now you see, about that I'm not 100% sure, because annoyingly there is naffle on the Okami wiki about that. There is some information that I have about a certain something that is going to be coming up in this part, but I don't want to quite spoil it just yet, because it'd be a nice surprise.
Oh, well.
But either way, you're just going to see us climbing up and up and up and up. And yeah, this is the majority of the part. I like the Catcall Tower in concept, but in terms of execution, it's a bit ridiculous. Because it's this.
I think they could have put in some obstacles and whatnot, you know, like spiralling spike balls and, like, fire pillars and whatnot.
Yeah. Anything that would make this a little bit more exhilarating to perform would be nice. And this is why I said that you'd like it because it's climbing up a structure, but because it's just this for pretty much the entire tower. Which is a bit disappointing, I know.
I think if it was more like an assault course, I'd like it. This is just point A to point B, really.
Yes, and you're gonna hate me even more. Well, to be fair, you're going to hate the game even more for what it does. So, you have to climb up this all once, which is very important that you do so, because it's the only way that you're going to be able to progress. But if you want to get a special extra, once you've jumped all the way down, you've got to climb up the entire tower again.
Are you fucking kidding me? There isn't like an elevator system or anything?
Nope. You have to climb up this thing twice if you want to 100% this game.
Wait a minute. What's that? I can hear something in the distance. Busy work!
Yeah, it's not my favourite optional extra to collect, because it's basically just like, right, A. Can you just stop now? Come on now.
Well, what I have noticed is there isn't like that protective cloud barrier now, so you could potentially fall down.
Yeah, so obviously it does get a little bit more challenging the further up the tower you get. But it is ultimately just... it's just tedium, really. And that's a shame, because as a concept, this is really awesome and quite fun and exciting.
I completely forget what Goku even went up Corrin's tower to get in the first place. I want to say Mystic Water, but my Dragon Ball lore is not nearly as sound as my DBZ lore, unfortunately.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. The only thing that I can say is that the Tower of Salvation is, in Tales of Symphonia, what is envisioned to be the end point of the Oracle's journey to save the planet, basically. But I think, yes, we are finally towards the top of the tower now. Thankfully, if ever you want a quick run to the top of the tower, you can't use this to get the optional extra.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But there is a mermaid spring here. Yeah, they thought that one through, so no, you can't use that to cheat your way back up here. It's more, I think, for if you miss any animals, just to give you a easier way of getting them all rather than climbing up the entire structure again, because you can just sort of leap down a level each time. But still, it's a bit of a arsehole-ish thing. Just making sure I've not forgotten anything. We're going to run out onto this little structure and look at the little kitty cat.
Oh, what's going to happen to him?
We're going to feed him fish, obviously.
How did you even get up here? I know cats are good climbers, but this is ridiculous.
Well, I'm sure that you're about to find out.
Alright, bring on the demonic possession or whatever. I'm used to this game by now.
I think you might be pleasantly surprised.
Aww. Huh. Oh. Oh, of course, the tiger.
No, not the tiger.
Oh. A house?
No, it's not a house.
Looks like a house.
I know it looks like a house, but it's not a house. It's a cat.
Well, that's not fair. Didn't show the outline of a cat.
Aww.
Oh. But this is meant to represent the tiger, though, obviously.
No. No, this is definitely the cat. So, this is Kabigami, and funnily enough, Kabe means wall, because Kabigami is the god of catwalk. So you know how we've been getting up to the top of the tower? That is the power that Kabigami will give us. So you may have noticed a few cat statues located around the world. I have pointed out a few and said we'll deal with this later. This is the later, because whenever there is a cat statue, you can use catwalk to draw from that cat statue up a wall, and you can just jump all the way up it, so it allows you to get to places that you couldn't get to before.
Neat, so it's just like a navigational power.
Effectively, yes. It has no purpose whatsoever in combat, but that's fine. I've got a few other little things about Kabigami. So alongside Moegami, which is the rooster phoenix, Kabigami is the only celestial brush god to have one or more statues around Nippon. She also has the most statues around the land, but then they don't exist during Okamiden's event for reasons. And the object onto which Kabigami clutches is a byobu, which is a type of Japanese folding screen. So, but it's just a panel rather than a literal folding screen. But the whole thing is that you can climb. So we've gone slightly away from the standard, I think the slightly standard Asian, well, the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah, that's why I was getting confused, mate, because it's the tiger and the Chinese zodiac.
Yes, so in the Vietnamese one, you get the cat instead of the rabbit, and you get the water buffalo instead of the ox.
Huh, that's really interesting, actually.
So there are actually local variations depending on the country, which I think is quite nice, actually, but it does kind of throw things off slightly, because it doesn't make sense, but I believe that, I'm just going to make sure that I'm correct in this, that the only brush god, well, the only one of the zodiac that we never actually meet is the dog.
Oh, well, alright, because of course, army.
Yes. So I think that is ultimately why they ended up going with the cat rather than the dog, because there are 13 brush gods, Army being one of them. So since Army technically falls under the category of the dog, even though she's a wolf, they kind of had to find an alternate, because we've had the pig in Bakugami, we've had the rooster in Moegami, we've had the monkey in the Hanagami trio, we've had the sheep in Kasugami, we've had the horse in Kazugami, we've had the snake in Nurigami, the dragon in Yomigami, the rabbit in Yumigami, we've had the rat in Tachigami, which means that there's actually only 2 left now.
Interesting.
One of which, yes, it's the tiger. So you'll be happy that we will finally see the tiger.
Oh, is it a house? I wonder if it's a house.
But that is a little bit of a while yet. So yes,
Oh, no.
got anything you wanted to talk about for the next
No.
10 minutes?
No. What's your birthstone, since we're talking zodiacs and shit?
My birthstone is the garnet, actually.
Ah, the garnet.
Yes.
Well, mine's topaz. I know THD's is zircon, so we're both pretty happy with Steven Universe right now.
I mean, I suppose, if I properly watched Steven Universe...
Well, we are. I'm forcing you to get into it. You have no choice.
I said I would watch a few episodes. Doesn't mean I will get properly into it.
Oh, you will.
Might happen eventually, but there is time for that.
I'm going to try and get Flame into it, mate. You've got no...
Oh, God. Tom, please, no. Flame already has some weird obsessions with things. It's why we love him. But please, no. Although I know he calls it trash, doesn't he? Tumblr trash. So you got your work cut out for you, I feel.
Do you think I could get him to watch if I told him that Steven Universe was a hentai?
No, because he'd be wise to that, because we're doing a commentary, which I know that sort of, for the most part, Flame does kind of watch.
Specifically, one of those hentais where, you know, it's kind of like it's the mum and the son and it's all a bit weird, but it turns out that the son is his mum, so it's kind of recursive.
I don't know where that was going.
This is the whole part. What do you want me to say?
This is true. I mean, I like how you were going with the whole Oedipus complex thing, but then it just sort of went a little bit crazy after that.
Yeah, I didn't really have, like, a destination in mind with that little spiel, but, oh, thank God, you did it. No more bullshit from Entom.
Yes. If there's one thing that I'll say about the second trip up the tower, because you don't need to stop at every level to make sure you fed the cats and picked up all the items, you're just jumping all the way up, so it's a lot quicker to do. Thank God for that. And hey, we got a stray bead out of it, so...
A single stray bead?
Tom, we're going to be fighting ludicrous amounts of enemies for, like, 3 hours. For 3 stray beads. This is nothing.
Now I'm regretting doing the playthrough, right? No, I'm just kidding.
In all seriousness, I think by the time you reach the end, even the stuff that is longer and slower, you'll think it was all... Well, you might not think it was all worth it, because to be fair, the prize for getting all 100 stray beads is not actually the best prize in the world. It's a satisfying achievement to know that you've got them all, and see, that is what I'm going for with all of this.
Yeah, well, you're going for something, but, oh well, we're back here in Ryoshima Coast, and I guess we're going to use the cat powers now. Go, cat house!
Indeed, we are going to be climbing up all the walls. And I think Wii version graphical errors. Woo!
Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah, there are quite a few from this point onwards, actually. And, I mean, you may have noticed one on the fruit that grew from the tree that the Guardian sapling. That was glitching the frick out. And the catwalk powers do tend to freak out quite regularly. It's fascinating. And just a random grave. As you do.
Interesting.
Nothing actually important there whatsoever.
Oh, well, fuck it then.
But it's just a random grave. I don't know how they got up there, or what, but okay.
I want to be buried specifically here, not on the ground like usual, in a cave up a wall.
Exactly. I mean, to be fair, part of me wonders how the hell they buried them up there, but... weirdo magic stuff. I was trying to use double cherry bomb to... What you can do with double cherry bomb is that if you place the two bombs next to each other, then they will explode immediately. Which is very helpful if you're trying to get these guys floral finisher. But it's all about the positioning, and if you don't get it right, then you're buggered.
Alright, moving on.
All fine. Now, the reason that we needed Catwalk is because in order to unlock this mystical whirlpool, which is how we prove that we are worthy of going to the Dragon Palace, we need Catwalk to be able to climb up to the top of that little plateau there, and because that is how we are going to locate this mystical whirlpool that is going to prove that we're worthy. It's a bit of an odd one, but it's still fun, and to be fair, in order to make the whirlpool appear, it's quite a fun little thing to do, so I'm totally down with it.
I'm good for antics today, mate.
Well, considering we spent 35 minutes talking over riding on a killer whale and having, like, top-class bants, it's nice that we've actually got stuff happening right now.
I'm going to need you to never say the word bands again, mate. It does not become you.
Oh, come on. We need to, like, go for a cheeky Nando's, you know? Like, top ledge, mate.
Oh, Jesus wept.
I am too white and middle class for that.
Yes, you are.
Although, to be fair...
Oh, quick, throw organic beans at him!
That is basically the type of people who use that language, because they're trying to seem hard and street, and it's just, no, don't. It sounds ridiculous.
Oh, cutscene, things are happening, thank you, Jesus.
We have a brand new enemy.
He's smoking the kush!
And I believe... Oh god, I need to try and remember what he's called. Part of me thinks that this is a blue ogre, or might be wrong. Blue ogre might come later. Yes, he does. God damn it. Okay, the Blue Cyclops. That makes sense. And these guys are terrifying because you can hurt them, but they, when their smoking pipe goes out, they transform into this form and are basically invulnerable. They are incredibly deadly.
That's fucking rad.
You do not want to get on the bad side of them. The Blue Cyclops is based on the yokai named Hitotsume Nyudo, which is the one-eyed Buddhist monk. And yeah, they're pretty challenging to defeat. What's slightly annoying is that, so their official floral finisher is Water Spout. But since in the majority of fights that you're ever going to face down a Blue Cyclops, there is no source of water. So it's kind of difficult to floral finish them. You can get a... there is an upgrade to Water Spout that you can get, that we will get in it's quite a while yet to go actually, which you can use as that source of water, but it's going to be a while before we get that. And yes, so we need to make the Whirlpool Galaxy appear. Obviously, you don't see the galaxy until it's night time. And if we chat to this fella, hopefully he'll... Ooh! A shooting star. I think we can do something about that, you know?
Oh yes.
So we just draw... Well, that's not what you meant to do. That's what you meant to do later.
Getting confused again, are we, Rich?
Yes. You just need to do a little... plop. Like you do when you're doing the constellations. You just draw a little star. That was meant to be a little star. It took it to be a crescent moon. I don't know how, I don't know why. But this game is weird. There we go. Finally took it to be a star.
That star was like the one you didn't even try.
I mean, to be fair, it's one of those, like, the green spout stuff. Like, if you're just creating the trees,
Yeah.
you just do a little blob. That's how that works. But yes, the Whirlpool Galaxy has appeared in the sky. And it's really quite beautiful.
Oh wow, are we going cosmic now?
We are not going cosmic, no. But when the Whirlpool Galaxy spins, the whirlpool will open up. So I think you know what we have to do.
Oh yes, let's get some windage going on right now, mate. Whip out that brush of yours and let's go to town.
Indeed. So we are going to use a bit of Gale Storm and spin this thing like there is no tomorrow.
Oh yes.
Basically blow it a few times and our path to the Dragon Palace will open up and the plot can continue, and it is going to pretty much kick into high gear from this point until the end of Act 2.
Ooh.
So
Nice,
we've had
nice.
that nice slow point, but now that we've opened up this whirlpool, it's all going to happen.
Good, mate, because plot makes me rock fucking hard.
And I have to say, it's... Oh, I love this bit of the game because it's just so freaking satisfying.
Well, it seems like it's building to something big with all this talk of, like, I don't know, the draconian people and whatnot, so I'm interested to see where this is going.
Well, you're going to have to wait until the next part to meet the Dragonians, but we are certainly going to be going down into the whirlpool right now.
Oh, yes, end on a high note, that's what I always don't say.
So yeah, I mean, when you look at that map, you can see how big North Ryushima Coast is. It's gigantic, it's easily the biggest area. Easily the biggest hub area
Oh my God.
in the game, and yeah, the Water Dragon just decided he was going to be a bit of an asshole to me and just get in the way. It's like, no, I'm going in the freaking whirlpool. Sod off, I'm busy.
I know you're doing your job, but it's a bit late to care now. We're in the whirlpool, we've opened it up.
Exactly.
Well, we'll see you guys next time, where hopefully Army has survived going underwater. See you then.